Okay, perfect. Yeah, add that to the screen, please. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. T is our producer in the back. Does a fantastic job. Yeah, DR. And this is really important right here. You do, because right now, I'm getting past kind of the reactive mode, and I'm starting to put a better plan in place in terms of the direction of the channel. But it is important to step outside. That's why it's so important for me to get my workout in, so I can get away from this, disconnect, get good sleep, have fun, be around people that I really like to be around, whether that's friends, personal life. My family doesn't live here, but it's important. My kids, of course. So but yeah, you got to let it down, and you got to enjoy life because it goes by. And if you had kids, or if you're getting older, you know that the older that you get, the faster life goes. And we get one trip around, so let's enjoy it. And we are working on Troll Smashers, by the way. So Tink, remind me about Troll Smashers. Okay. So the 5-in for Coach Kalen DeBoer. And if you're out there and you've been kind of curious about Coach Kalen DeBoer and the recruiting process, I mean, this is really impressive. These are the first 5 guys in for the University of Alabama's football team. Pick one that you're upset about. Raise your hand. Nobody has done it inside the comment box. Give me a thumbs up inside chat if you are have been satisfied with the first 5 additions. Seriously, chat. Thumbs up. Let's start from the left on the top and kind of work our way down. Okay. Parker Brailsford comes in. Yeah, watch all these thumbs up. That's going to come. See? He knows how to recruit. He's doing a damn good job. All right, so you have Parker Brailsford fixed in him. Alabama fans, if there's one thing that pissed off everybody last year, was the bad snaps. I was watching one of Matt B. Great's videos yesterday, crushed it, talking about Parker Brailsford. It was this guy coming in is an immediate fix, but come on, with Seth, look, you miss a block, you miss a tackle. Okay, you throw an interception. Defense did a really good job, but damn, you're snapping the ball to the quarterback. One of the great content creators for sure. So Parker Brailsford is a fix to that. In over 600 blocking snaps, pass blocking snaps, he only allowed 1 sack. Right? Look at all these thumbs up inside chat. Chat is fired up about the 5-in. Thank you, chat. By the way, chat, I have a new name for the whole chat community. All right? The chat community, you guys are called the Undefeated. All right? That's your new name. I was thinking about the living room, something like that. But chat, you guys are undefeated. I'm serious. I haven't asked one question. I haven't asked something. You guys help me out. Honestly, you guys are like another producer. And when I ask something, man, I really appreciate it because I know you go do your research, and a lot of people just know straight up. 6 a.m. What's up? What's up, Grim? Appreciate you joining us. Is that LA, or is that, well, you got to be because that's 2 hours behind us. Appreciate you coming out to us from Cali, man. Yeah, so you guys are undefeated. All right, so that's your name, the Undefeated. Really excited about Parker Brailsford coming in. All right, let's talk about Austin Mack. All right, 6'6", quarterback, comes in, and then literally the day after, Julian Saint is like, I'm out of here. I don't know if one thing led to another. Whatever the case is, let's just highlight Austin Mack, the guy who came in. Quarterback, by the way, one word T, so let's bring that together. Austin Mack is a guy who is an absolute unit. You saw the family photo with all the guys. And the guys on the outside, and, you know, he's a big dude. I mean, Jalen Milroe's a big dude. Ty Simpson, you know, he's what, 6'2"? Austin Mack is at the edge. He just looks fire in the family photo. That's one of my favorite photos of this spring, of January. Oh, it's not even spring. January. Man, DR334, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate you being here. Really appreciate you being a fan funder, a super chatter, and James Parker. You've been crushing it. Yeah, man. Thank you so much earlier. I appreciate it, man. And then Toast. Are there any 24 classes to watch for? This is a really interesting point. We've been kind of looking at an offensive tackle from Washington as well. So I think we're going to, continue to track that. I would think so. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a transfer that comes in. I don't know, if it's a specific 2024 guy. That's a really good question. I think more transfers coming in is what we're thinking about. Okay, so you have Jeremy Bernard, wide receiver coming in. I know you're not mad about him either. 6'2", 205 pounds, punt returner, kick returner, 700 total yards at Washington last season. And you're right, Tink. Nate Kelpo is a big man, 6'6", 330 as a tackle or a guard. He went to Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin did an amazing job inside the transfer portal. That is going to be a team to reckon with. We know that. They only lost 2 games last year to Georgia and to Alabama. Lane Kiffin's on a mission, right? Picked up Trey Amos from Alabama, which I think was a really great pickup. But there's a tackle from Washington that I think we could keep an eye on. Another super chat coming in, just sending some love for the hard work you guys do. Really appreciate it. And I know you guys take care of me, which I love. And the super chats, honestly, they help. They really do. So does the fan funding. Becoming a fan funder, like you guys getting behind the product, it kills it. It slays it. I'm serious. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And I hope you can see that the hard work comes through, right? Appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Undefeated chat merch. You guys got it. We're going to work on that today. We're working on chat merchandise today. What is chat merchandise? It's merchandise that you can buy right here on our YouTube channel. So underneath these videos, we have a couple different spots to buy merch. So we're going to add the undefeated. And then on the back, we'll put is this live? All right. You like that? Is this live? Is this live with Kyle? I'm not mad about Jeremy Bernard coming in at all. I don't know. I think there's a variety of wide receivers here that are going to compete at a very high level. And I know a lot of these guys might be unproven in terms of stats, but on the field and in terms of what they bring, they're good to go. Manuel Henderson. People were like, well, he hasn't even done anything. Yeah, because he was hurt last year. Okay. He hasn't had a chance to shine. A lot of these players are going to get a chance to shine. Kendrick Law, I know he didn't catch for 500, 600 yards, whatever it is. You know the playmaking ability is there. Can he do it? 1,000,000%. Jalen Hell had an opportunity to shine against Ole Miss last year as just a freshman. Baller. Right? Amari Jefferson, he's going to get here late. Baller. Kobe Prentice. Kobe Sticky Hands Prentice. Baller. Yeah, I think there is a 1,000-yard wide receiver this year. I mean, Washington was able to spread the football around a lot. Shoot, could it be even Ryan Williams? Let's talk about Ryan Williams next. Look at these first 5 guys that have come to Alabama. That's what we are highlighting right now. Ryan Williams could be, depending on how they utilize him, how he gets onto the field, what they do with him. Man, the guy has elite speed. I would like to see him even returning punts. Put the best players on the field. Put the best players that can make plays on the field. I don't think Alabama has really had a dynamic kick returner in the last couple of years, in my opinion. Put your elite talent back there. I like a dangerous kick returner. Punt returner, too. Kool-Aid, I thought Kool-Aid the year before, his sophomore year, man, he was outstanding. One of the best punt returners in the country. And then this past year, I'm not sure what happened. Just wasn't the same. And then they put Caleb Downs in and he returns a punt for a touchdown. I know it was against Mercer, but still. Yeah, I mean, Javier Arenas, someone like that. Who do you think that could be for Alabama this coming year? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he started being lazy or what was going on. I don't know what it was, but it just wasn't it. And I'm glad they made that call to swap him out. But Kool-Aid will be a first-round guy. And then continuing to talk about this 5 right here that Coach Kalen DeBoer has added, you have Noah Carter. Noah Carter came in and committed. I was never shocked or thought he was going to go somewhere else. I knew that from the jump, as soon as he got out of his NIL deal, being committed to Washington, that he would be, a commitment to Alabama. And hopefully we can get an interview with Noah Carter to have him coming over here. Fred is live, right? To talk about his commitment and what he likes about Coach KD. And if you had any single reservations or questions about could Coach Kalen DeBoer add pieces to Alabama, this should tell you right here. And specifically, the guy on the bottom right of your screen, and Ryan Williams, how quickly he was able to get him to recommit 2 weeks after Coach Saban has retired says a lot to me. I think says a lot to the world of college football. I think there's been so many people that have wanted to see Alabama lose prospects, lose guys. It was going to happen. I mean, how could it not? Alabama's so deep, every single guy leaving hurts. But the guys returning, that doesn't mean that they're not qualified to start here at the University of Alabama. You're right. Coach Kalen DeBoer has been cooking, for sure. Not only recruiting-wise, but you look at the staff that he put together as well. Jamarcus Shepard, wide receivers coach, baller. Scott Huff, offensive line coach, baller, right? Goes after Kane Womack for his defensive coordinator. Gets Mo Lindquist as a DB's coach. Hitchler as a safeties coach. Retains Freddie Roach, who, by the way, has now a title, assistant coach. What's up, Sean? I see you inside the comment box. Good morning to you, Caitlin, as well. And then you also retain your running backs coach and Robert Gillespie. So he did a damn good job recruiting the roster. You saw Jalen Milroe. He was all smiles. I think there's an interview. Tide 109, Ryan Fowler, who does an amazing job. He's one of the OGs here. Had an interview with Ryan Williams. I didn't see it. What's up, William? How's it going, man? So this is Super Will Sports. I think he's like a producer. Ryan Williams on his relationship with quarterback Jalen Milroe. I've talked to Milroe a couple times. We've worked out together twice. I'm excited to be around him. Yeah. That's a good quote right there. So Tide 109, I think they have an interview with him. I didn't see it, but it looks like there's an audio interview, which is fire. Good for them. Jason, what's up, man? Good morning to you. I appreciate you being here. My questions, are you seeing them? Yes, William, I'm seeing them, man. This is live. Is this live? Look at this. Caleb points out Williams 1,000 yards, Law 900, Kobe Prentice 750, Henderson, Bernard between 500 yards. That's a lot of yardage. I mean, what did Michael Penix throw for? Like 4K? Kalen, what's up? Grubbs, the new offensive coordinator, best in the game today. All right, so we combine Caleb and we combine Caitlin's post in here. The offense is going to be fire. And don't forget, like right here, you didn't even mention the running backs. Running backs are going to eat too. I think you have a 1,000-yard wide receiver or a 1,000-yard running back, right? I think a running back certainly hits 1,000 yards. I'm going to say it's going to be Justice Haynes, and I think that Jam Miller is still utilized as well, 100%. All right, so these are the guys in. Okay, so, all right, chat, now I need your help. All right, let's do this together. You guys ready? All right, let me get in the mood. Okay, so I saw an article on AL.com, and it was simply asking, who's on your all-time Saban team? So I wanted just to spend, a few minutes just kind of piecing it together. And how this will work, you guys put the players that you think should be on the all-time Saban team, and then we will have a graphic and just update it. Should I just share the Canva graphic as a make it? Yeah, let's do it. So how about this, T? We're going to ask chat, and then you add the names on chat, and then this will kind of be like maybe by next Friday we have the team. So because I know this is going to go fast, and I know there's going to be a lot of people, putting names on the board. So T, if you can kind of organize the names as we go by, and I'll throw up a couple on the screen to talk about them, and then we could do stats, and we'll spend 10 minutes discussing some of these players that should be on the team. I'll give you some of my suggestions, and then based off what we come up with, we'll build an all-time Saban team. Okay. So, all right. So let's go over some of, so in chat, you guys just post the player I will put them on the screen and we'll continue to build it out. And T, you will start adding names to Canva. And if you could put the player's name and the position. So like, for example, keep it simple. Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback, right? Minkah Fitzpatrick, safety. If you don't know safety, just say defensive back. And then we'll organize it from here, okay? So let's throw up a couple names. Yeah, we need merch that says, "Is this live?" for sure. We're working on that. Dalton says that Haynes for 1,000. Miller, that'd be a ton of yards. Thunder and Lightning for sure. I see you. Okay, so Dante Hightower is the first name. So you can put him as a safety. All right, so he's the first name that flew off the board. Minkah Fitzpatrick, certainly a name as well as a safety. I mean, I already like how that's looking at the safety position. And Eric is saying, I can't wait to see the schemes on offense. Neither can I, working with Brian Grubb. I mean, it's going to be exciting no matter how we slice it up. There's going to be playmakers. And one thing that I want to see in the Grubb offensive formation is I want to see motion. I want to see guys kind of going back and forth, causing confusion within the defense. And I think you have enough speed and versatility in the backfield that you can do a lot of damage. Julio Jones, wide receiver, right? Of course. That's a lot of playmakers on offense, good or bad. Oh, good, 100%. Because the amount of depth that you'll have, you'll be able to keep these guys fresh, keep them fed. And no, I think the offense is going to be scoring a lot of points. I think and look, not sunshine pumping. I think the offense will be a much bigger upgrade than it was last year. Now, in defense, I don't know. I mean, the last year's defense was just salty. Could it be the players or the X's and O's? I think it was kind of a combination of both. Remember, the defensive coordinator last year was Coach Saban and T-Rob. Both those guys are gone. So is Kevin Steele. No disrespect to the coaches that are coming in, but I mean, they have some gigantic shoes to fill on the defensive side. We all know that. You don't have to lie about it and say that these guys are going to be better than the coaches, that the Alabama had last year. I just think that's unrealistic. Is there a defensive coach right now on this coaching staff that's better than Nick Saban, better than Kevin Steele? Seriously, the answer is no. Don't be afraid to say it. That's the truth. So we don't know how they're going to be. They're young, but they have pretty good resumes and they've worked at some really good places. So let's see how they do. Kalen is saying just run the ball. Hightower's on there. Oh, Reuben Foster, linebacker. Okay. Julio Jones, Drake Kirkpatrick. So Drake Kirkpatrick in the secondary, and then Courtney Upshaw. Bryce. Julio, of course. All right, Julio. I know, right? This is going to be wild. All Saban era team. How, where do we, the start? So far, Julio is going to be the MVP. So let me ask you then, chat, because I'm not trying to start a war here, but is Julio the best wide receiver ever at Alabama under Saban? Or was it Devontae Smith? Now, I get it. Julio, Amari Cooper, those are some of the OGs. I feel Devontae Smith was different. Now, I didn't cover Julio Jones here. I did cover Smitty here. I did cover those wideouts here. So I know those wide receivers and how they performed on the field, what they're doing in the NFL. I don't know. That could be a hell of a chat question. All right. Offense. Grim, I'm just saying everybody right now, kind of just throwing them in. Eddie's still talking about Justice Haynes and Miller along with Richard Young. Oh, man. You're absolutely right. And if you're Richard Young in the backfield, you got to be really excited to get on the field. He didn't get many touches. I don't think he even got the ball. Maybe he did. Maybe he might have played in a couple games last year, 2. But, yeah, this is the deal everybody's talking about for sure. Eddie Jackson. Okay, you got Ryan Kelly, offensive lineman. Smitty, thank you. Already left the list before you went live. Derrick Henry. Oh, yeah. Okay. Get some running backs up in here if you can. Wait till this is. I'm serious. I don't even know if this is possible. Amari Cooper. Rolando McClain. Dylan Moses. Look, Dylan Moses would have been one of the top linebackers for sure if he didn't get injured. And this young man, I remember him before one of the bowl games. He was like limping. He could barely walk. CJ Mosley, really nice addition for sure. I love this addition. Landon Dickerson. He was my favorite center. Like that I've covered. He was the guy. He was like a leader. Man, I miss Landon Dickerson. He was the best interview. Just kept it real. Rolando McClain, Pat Surtain. Man, Pat was different. First round guy for sure. Absolutely stud corner. All right, we'll roll through this, a couple more lists. T, you can try to organize the best you can. But there's going to be too many players to even name. Yeah, there's like too many. All of them. All the first round guys. Think about this. Saban, this is crazy. Coach Saban, how many chat? Undefeated. So get used to this. When I start saying undefeated, that's basically chat. Right? So I'll be like, kind of like, hey Siri. Be like, hey undefeated. All right? Let's get used to that. Let's get comfortable. All right. Hey, undefeated. How many first round draft picks under Coach Saban? Undefeated. The question is, how many first round draft picks under Coach Saban? Is it 46 or 44? Betsy's saying it's 49. 46. I think it's 46, 44. 44. I think it's 44. I'm pretty sure it's 44. 1 million. All right. So, okay. Now, 44 is the number. All right. Undefeated. Got it. Now, let me ask you something else, undefeated. How many total games did Coach Saban lose while he was at Alabama? 144,000. I know what that's from. I know what that's from. D'Amico Ryans. Mount Cody. Thought it was 48. Okay. How many games did he lose while he was here at Alabama? It's less than the first round draft picks. Isn't that crazy? It's less than the first round draft picks. Think about that. That's wild. The whole time he was here, he lost less than he sent to the first round. Man, that is unbelievable. DraftWire says 49. See? Okay, look, I know, here we go, Horns. You guys love Sarkisian, but think about what, the legacy that Saban has. That's why this will never be duplicated again. Never. It won't be. Can't do it. 29, 30. It's crazy. Did you guys recently, I just saw too an article that said that Saban was down in Florida and somebody saw him at a restaurant and he was waiting for dinner for 30 minutes and he was just posted, just chilling. He's down in Jupiter, Florida. Yeah. All the first round draft picks. Let me see if I can find a first round draft pick board. First round draft picks under Nick Saban. There's all right, let's see if we can do this. This list is crazy. I'm trying to find one that seems organized. DraftWire it says 49. I'm trying to find one that looks organized that I can show on the screen that isn't confusing, doesn't blow out your eyeballs. Let's see. Roll Tide Wire has something. I just want a list. Everything has so many pictures. I just want literally a list. If I can't find it in seconds, I'm gonna move on. Oh, here we go. Our good friends at Yahoo Sports. All right. NFL draft. This is an article that was written. Where's even the date? This was last year, 2023. Crazy that we're already in 2024. All right. This is under Coach Saban. I'll just read it through real quick. All right. All right. So you have Andre Smith. He was the first guy. Rolando McClain. This would just be a list to go through too. Rolando McClain, Kareem Jackson, Marcel Darius, Julio, Mark Ingram, 2012, Richardson, Kirkpatrick, Dante Hightower, 2013, D. Miller, Chance Warmack, 2014, HaHa Clinton Diggs, CJ Mosley, 2015, Amari Cooper, 2016, Ryan Kelly. Who was better, Ryan Kelly or Landon Dickerson? Huh. Marlon. So this is when I got here, right here, 2017. So these are all the players that I covered going down, starting here. Humphrey, Jonathan Allen, OJ Howard. And then, starting to watch all these players. This was like the second season. Minka, Deron Payne. Deron Payne was crazy. He was like the real, I don't know who was stronger, him or Jaden Roberts. Rashawn Evans, beast, inside linebacker, and a really great interview. Calvin Ridley. He was kind of like one of the first, rideouts of kind of like the new era. Quinnen Williams was absolute beast. Remember when Quinnen Williams sneezed and then he blessed himself? Did you see that? And then remember when he was talking about Kyler Murray? He literally sneezed and he blessed himself. He was like, bless you. Thank you. Did you see that? Do you remember that? Jonah Williams. Oh, Jonah Williams was so good. Josh Jacobs. Man, diamond in the rough. Was like a 3-star, wasn't even ranked. I think he was even homeless. That guy is a hell of a story. Then you had Tua Mania over here. Look at all these names. It's crazy. Where am I at? Tua. Oh, Jedrick Wills. I forgot about him. Henry Ruggs. Man, that's a terrible, tragic story. Jerry Jeudy. Look at this class. See, this was that 2020 team, the COVID year, and nobody got to see these guys play. Look at this. Jalen, Surtain, Smitty, Mac Jones, Alex Leatherwood, Najee. That's crazy. That is really, really crazy. Man, the amount of, even 2020 going into this year. Yeah, so that 2020 class was just absolute fire. Then you had Evan Neal, and then you had Jameson Williams. Then you had this last year, but this was crazy. This last year, or in 2023, right? You had Bryce going number 1, first ever pick at Alabama, right? Going number 1. And then you had Will Anderson, who was the first defensive pick. And then you had Gibbs, who, he's going, he went number 12. That was wild. And then, so this year, I don't know how many draft picks, because these are still players under Saban. So let's think about how many first round draft picks do you think there'll be this year from Alabama? Dallas Turner for sure, J.C. Latham for sure, Kool-Aid for sure, and Terrion Arnold for sure. Right? Am I missing anyone? So I'm going to say 4. I don't think Chris Braswell will be drafted in the first round. He might. But you get what I'm saying? I'm at least 3, 4. I'm going to, with Terrion. So, Turner, Terrion, Latham. Yeah, chat. I think you're right. Man. What's up, everybody? I appreciate you guys being here, rocking with me this morning. 665 on. Some really good super chats this morning, which I'm appreciative of. I'm feeling good. I'm really excited. I got a lot of positive energy, and I hope you are feeling that as you are cruising to into your day, whether that being work, whether you're working later on the day, doesn't matter. I got you covered right here at Bama Football on YouTube. At 10 a.m., you got Around the Table Sports with Ty Hayes. Then you got the midday Smook Scoop with Coach Smook, who did a great job yesterday managing the channel. Because, I was on the road yesterday. I have a couple business meetings lined up this afternoon. Things are going great. We go into Friday feeling great. I got the workout in. Oh, I wanted to show you. I'm going to take your calls here in like 5 minutes. But can I show you how to access some perks if you are a YouTube fan funder? You guys cool with that? Let me show you that because it's important that how to get the most out of your fan funder perks right here on Bama Football on YouTube. So I'm going to go full screen on this. So what we want to do is, number one, you want to be logged in. I think this works best if you're logged out to your computer, but I think it'll work if you're on your phone too. So just stay with me here. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to the YouTube homepage, right? Okay. And I know I got to update this banner to make it say 100 and whatever, 3,000. I'm working on it. I don't know why it's kind of giving me a problem. I'm also in the process of filing for my 100K plaque, which would be cool. And Barbie, you can email me right here, Bama Football on YouTube at Gmail. So if anybody wants to inquire about being a sponsor or get a hold of me, Bama Football on YT at Gmail. My Instagram is also IG Mr. Kyle Henderson. And then Twitter is Bama YouTube. All right. Let me walk you through the perks. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to go to the homepage, Bama Football on YouTube. All right. The homepage. If you're on your computer. Now, I think this works if you're on your phone as well, because I know the majority of us are on our phone. Make sure that you're logged in. And what I mean by that is logged in at the top right. See, I'm in Bama Football on YouTube. And what I want you to do is make sure you're logged in there, number one. And if you are a fan funder, and if you're not a fan funder, hit this hyperlink and it'll lead you to sign up to be a fan funder. If you're already a fan funder, you can see that this video is live right here, right? 644 watching. You can see that we have our members right here. And then you can see an area where it says see perks. Anywhere you see perks, click that. And then you will get access to see the different perks that you have within being a fan funder. And you can see that also right here. So you see I can see customized channel because I'm an admin of this YouTube channel. But see perks, you click see perks. And it shows you, the different options. Like today I asked our fan funders, it says members only. Who is on your all-time Saban team? List by position, right? These are some other videos that I've uploaded, kind of like behind the scenes stuff. And I'm going to start putting some videos back here of, with Will the Scout or other type of videos that are just for our fan funders. One thing that you can do is also utilize these top headers. So if you click videos, it takes you to all the videos. And this is, again, on your computer, works same with your phone. Shorts. Yesterday, I cut a short from like the middle of wherever, Alabama. And, it was pretty cool. Then you can see our lives. The podcasts, they're all organized. Like this hour segment will be organized in this college football podcast tab. So in case you missed something, you can go back and listen to it as a podcast. Need to update our playlists. That's something that we're working on, but that's basically more of just like the podcast version. The community tab is really important. So treat this kind of like as an ongoing message board, but we post different things back here, like welcome Noah Carter. We post polls back here or images, and you can find that on the community tab. And then if you click membership, you can see more of your membership perks. And then if you click store, you can see some of the gear that we're currently have. Now we're in the process of updating this. We're going to have like the undefeated or some other ideas that we have gear wise. This is currently some of the gear that we have. It just says simply Auburn sucks, which I think is hilarious. And the gear to like get the Lank gear, go to the Soup store online. So that's where you get the gear for like the Lank gear is at the Soup store. Okay. With all that said, I just kind of want to walk you through it because if you're new to the YouTube channel and need to kind of, there's a lot that we offer. So I want to make sure that you are getting bang for your buck and understanding how the YouTube channel works. Okay. So thank you very much for following that. Okay. With that said, let's jump into the phone lines. And we started out with a 256. And again, let's get that call in line up. Hey, Coach, what's up, man? I appreciate you calling in. We're on the line with Daryl from Huntsville, man. Welcome on in.
Thank you, Kyle. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing amazing, man. I'm feeling really good, really excited about what Coach KD is putting together, really quickly right in front of us. And I think there was a lot of people that had questions. Could he recruit? What type of guys was he going to bring in? How was he going to differ in terms of recruiting? Because if there's two things that cures kind of the sad clown, it's recruiting high-level prospects and also winning on the field. He's doing the first part right, where he can control the guys that he's going after, bringing them in. I love these 5 on the board. I'm not sunshine pumping. They make sense to me for various reasons. How you feeling about Coach Kalen DeBoer and his early process in terms of bringing guys in?
Well, as I said the day before, I said he's already hit a grand slam, and he's on base with the bases loaded, and he's ready to swing for the fences again. So I don't see anything negative to say about him because, he may not be right now. He may not be the most charismatic coach, anything, but that's coming because when winning cures all ills. So, we got to get out here, be prepared. And he's putting together the staff. He's got the players coming in. He's got the players interested in staying and buying into his product. I did some study last night on his offense. I like the offense. They do a lot of motion. They do a lot of motion that's really eye candy. They put you in a position they manipulate the box. If you got four in the box against 5 offensive linemen, they're gonna run the ball. If you try to play the 3-4, they're gonna run the ball. They also do a lot of eye candy with the receivers, stacking them on the end,
yep.
And they get a double release. And they just throw back to the screen, to the wide side, to the boundary side of the field, and have a flanker screen. So I'm excited. I really am. I'm just excited about it, Kyle.
Hey, Undefeated, I want to ask Undefeated a question. Undefeated means chat. Okay, so came up with an idea yesterday. It's called Troll Smashers. So what we want to do is link somebody up with some trolls that call in. So what we want to do is literally bring you on camera and you debate against, for example, BH from Birmingham, who is a Bama hater. And if you're interested to come on and defend your team, I want to hear from you. So I'm going to put my email on there on the screen just for a second, Coach, as we continue to wrap out. So if you're confident in your debating skills and you can debate with like BH, we want to put you on the screen. We want to feature it. It's going to be a short segment where you go right up against a troll right here on Bama YouTube. And it's called Troll Smashers. Okay. We're going to put like a boxing ring screen, and each participant is going to have 1 minute about their subject. And then another one has a minute, and then you guys just basically just go at it. Right. So it's going to be popcorn.
Sounds good.
Okay,
good. I'm all for it.
Yeah. Okay, so Bama Football on YouTube. If you're interested in we're going to literally bring you to the screen. So you're going to, that's going to be what we got. Okay, Coach, we like what he's got going. People have asked about the defensive side. I'm not sure if you've had a chance to watch Noah Carter's film. 6'4", 220 pounds. I don't know where he's going to play on what side of the ball. But I think he's the first defensive guy in. And someone inside the comment box was like, what about the defensive players? I get it. What about the defensive players is right. And I'm sure that they're going to probably go into the transfer portal to pick up some defensive players. But, so far, did you have a chance, number one, to see Noah Carter's film?
I have seen it, and it's ultra impressive because he's a Swiss Army knife. I mean, you need some cut, you need some sliced, you need some diced. He can do it all. I mean, you talking about a guy that plays tight end, receiver, defensive back, safety, defensive end. There's not many like him around. And a punt return, kickoff return, I'm just interested to see what they're going to do with him because, I don't think you want to wear him out, have 100 snaps a game. I don't, I think them days are over with, even though we saw Travis Hunter last year from Colorado have 100 snaps. He had 100 snaps, I believe, against TCU. But you could tell he was worn down in the middle of the season. So I don't know if that's feasible, but use him wisely. But he is a great addition, and we look for him to be. And I don't want to try to put pressure on the man, but I'm just going to say I don't see. The only thing I can see stopping him is himself, because he's going to become an Alabama legend, I believe. That's what I feel about him. And I also got my all-time Nick Saban team.
Who's on that list, Coach?
If you elect,
who's on that list? Who you got?
Defensive end, I got Jonathan Allen.
Okay.
Defensive tackle, I got two-time All-American Cody. A lot of people might say, well, Cody, what? Why? He probably had about 15 tackles a game. Yeah, but the 2 years he played, nobody gained 100 yards on Alabama. Defensive tackle, Quentin Williams. Defensive end, Will Anderson. Linebacker, Mosley.
Mm-hmm.
Linebacker, Reuben Foster. Linebacker, Dante Hightower.
Oh, my God.
Cornerback, Patrick Surtain. Cornerback, Drake Kirkpatrick. Safety, Eddie Jackson.
Oh,
other safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. Left tackle on offense, Andre Smith. Right tackle, left tackle on offense, Chance Warmack. Center, Dickerson. Tackle, DJ Fluker. Wide receiver, Devontae Smith. And wide receiver, Julio Jones. Quarterback, Bryce Young. Running back, Derrick Henry. Mark Ingram at the other running back, and punt returner Jalen Waddle. Now beat that.
You can't. That team, man, that's crazy, Coach. To think about all of that talent that has been through here. That's why it's like
exactly.
It's really mind blowing, and I don't know, undefeated. You guys will know this. How many players in the NFL are currently from Bama? It's the most by far. And that's another thing that Coach Saban was able to do, was to develop these players into the next level. So it's like there's 3 areas that you have to excel at here when you take over as being the head football coach. Really 4. The first is recruiting, and not necessarily order. The number 2 thing is you got to win at the highest level, national championship, playoffs. Otherwise, people are going to be pissed. And then the third thing is you have to develop these players to get to the NFL. Right. And the 4th thing is you got to play defense. So those are like the 4 staples and the 4 pillars under Coach Saban. And of course, this offense coming in, but people have a right to be, questioning about the defensive side of the ball. And I think T is saying that there's 57 current players active in the NFL. Coach D, would you make one point before I move to my next caller, please?
Yes. Sure. My final point is this, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
With everything that the Alabama nation can muster, the one thing we need to muster is, and stay on, is the fact that we don't live in the past. We create legends, and we create more legends. And Coach DeBoer has a chance to be a legendary figure. Stop listening to all the white noise. Stop listening to all the naysayers. Stop listening to the pundits, and realize, like I said before, the barbarians are at the gate, and they want to see us fall. But like I said, we're gonna fall upon them, and it ain't gonna be nice.
Yep. No, really good call to lead off the show, Coach Darryl. I'll catch up with you next time you call in, whether that's tomorrow or Sunday or Monday. But I always appreciate the context, and if you could keep the film work going, I'd appreciate that, because I might come back to you with like questions about different guys or how they're utilized. So I'll do some homework for you, Austin Mack, and then. Let's see. We'll do Austin Mack, and then let's also do Tony Mitchell. And I know it's gonna I just want you to, where could Tony Mitchell potentially fit in next year based off the skill set. I know we didn't see a lot of him last year. Consensus 4-star overall. So let's maybe do Austin Mack, Tony Mitchell, and then one more. Sorry, Coach. Emmanuel Henderson.
Okay.
And then when you call in,
no problem.
You could remind me about those players, and then we'll take it from there. But I appreciate you, Coach Darrell. Thank you very much for starting the show, and we'll catch up soon.
Roll Tide, Kyle. Always my pleasure.
Absolutely, man. All right, take it easy. We have a 571-865, actually two 865s in the call queue, and 2 lines open. So the email on the screen is for if you want to be in a segment that is basically called Troll Smashers. So you would be paired against one of the trolls. You guys debate, and I think it could be absolutely fire to have some content on here like that. It'd be a small segment, and I don't know, like who knows what happens with it, but I think we got to have fun here. So, kind of change up the scenery every once in a while and have Troll Smashers, which is an idea brought to us by Undefeated. Undefeated means the chat. And we're going to work on, some apparel and some merch because I know you guys have been asking about it along with the emojis. So stay tuned for that. The call-in line is 205-850-1994. That is the call-in line to access me. So I would take your calls up to that 10 a.m. hour. And then I think I'm scheduled another time during the day and then probably in the afternoon. So, and then, of course, as news breaks. So if there's some news that pops in, I can't wait for the Troll Smashers. I think it's going to be hilarious. I can't wait for the Troll Smashers too, because I think, with me, I'm very diplomatic and I want to hear different points of views. Right. And while sometimes people call in and, they're completely like ragging on the program, I like to understand where they're coming from, even though it might not make sense. And I know chats get it heated up. But yeah, I was thinking, like, who do we have? Let me ask you this too. Who should BH go against? Right? I love it. I don't know. This fan funders, it works better when you get on a laptop and you're logged into your Google account, but you can do it from your phone. E-Man. A lot of people calling for E-Man. I think it could be I think that's really good. Oh, I'm back on at 6 tonight. 6 if you want to come back on. And then what I'm doing is I'm uploading like my morning segment as a podcast right here on the YouTube channel. So in case you missed it, you can check it out. Barbie, I got your email. I will get back to you. So thank you very much. And I really appreciate all your continued support for the channel. I'm kind of feeling E-Man too. But look, Kalen's right, because Smook can get it going. And so can Coach Sean, and so can Jarek. Like when those guys are turned on and when they're amped up, they get it going. So I don't know. We might have to I'm saying either E-Man versus BH or we do Smook versus BH. I don't know. We'll see. So keep that in the back of your mind. All right, 205-850-1994 is the call-in line number. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you very much for being here today. And we will take this 571. Hey, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Glenn from Montreal.
Glenn again from Montreal, man. Appreciate you calling in. Welcome onto the show. What you got, man?
Two things about the smashers or whatever. Number one, don't have anybody on the show do it. Let the chat do it.
Yeah, good idea.
Because if it gets personal, you don't want anybody on the show to have to get down and dirty, man. Just keep it real as what it is. Number two, my man E-Man. I want my man E-Man. I completely agree with that. For against my man BH. So that's my thoughts on the Troll Smashers. Couple of thoughts on the all-time Alabama team, man. Whoo, our D-line. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. The all-time saving D-line and defensive backfield. I mean, I wouldn't even know how to choose that, man. You could almost just throw them up in the air and just pick one,
I like. Coach Darrell had a really exactly. I mean, you pair up just even some of the first round draft picks or some of the guys that he put together. how could you go wrong? Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Quinnen Williams. I mean, there's just three names that we threw out there. It's like, it's unbelievable the guys that have filtered through. Go ahead, Glenn.
Oh, that's all right, man. The defensive backfield. I mean, you almost have a NFL All-Star team there. You know. Next thing I want to talk about, and I'm sorry about the delay. I'm on an internet phone, so there's a distance between when I speak and when I hear you because I'm calling on an American number from Canada through the internet. I'm very interested to see now that things are starting to calm down. You know, we haven't lost a guy for a week. We're picking up guys. Mm-hmm. How many spots Coach DeBoer saves for the springtime pickings? What's your thoughts on that? Do you think we pick up, like, I think we have 6 spots left to reach the 85. Like, what do you think we go into the springtime with, and what do you think our attrition will be in the springtime? That's my question to you today, Kyle.
Yeah, I got you on the line with Glenn from Montreal. And by the way, I can hear you crystal clear. So there's like no delay, so don't feel, anything like that. It's a crystal clear call, and I appreciate you calling in from Montreal. I think there's going to be a lot of movement in the springtime. I really do. I think, and what a lot means to me is, I don't know, 5 to 10 guys, maybe 5 guys going in and, 10 guys coming in or whatever it is. But I think you're going to see a lot of movement during that spring window, April 15th. A couple of reasons. The transfer portal is open again. And number 2, guys are going to start to see where they fit in within this coaching staff, within this scheme. I think there's going to be a lot of competition. I think after, and think about it, April 15th is before A-Day, right? So, I think that's going to be a really entertaining time in terms of newsworthy content that we're going to be able to cover. I never worry about like the overall numbers. Andrew Bone taught me that a long time ago. He's like, never ever think about the numbers. It's not like they're going to get to the season and be like, oh, we have too many players, we can't play. They always figure that out. But I think with guys coming in, guys going out, I think you're going to gain some, you're going to lose some. And I think they probably bring more, players. I don't know how many, but I think there's going to be a good mix. And I think specifically on the defensive side of the ball is where you need to target guys. I mean, the secondary, they lost 11 guys. They did. And that's not like doom and gloom. They did. Those are facts. So bringing guys that have experience, that can create competition. And if it's those freshmen that are eventually the starters, that's fine. They'll grow up faster, and they're not necessarily even freshmen because they've already been here, some of them from December. So December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. I mean, those are like sophomores to me. But I like, some of these offensive components that Coach KD has added thus far. But yeah, I can't wait to the transfer portal to see what happens. And we're still kind of waiting on things to start leaking out of Michigan. I don't know if that's going to be the case if they move quickly, but kind of have my eye on that. What else you got, Glenn?
Next thing, man, I think you should organize a tailgate at A-Day. A Bama football on YouTube tailgate at A-Day. Hell, if you do, I'll come down from Canada.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's a great idea. And one of the things that I've thought about that is, and someone who brought it up yesterday, is, potentially we have the coaches kind of at a table, almost similar to like college game day. We're posted up at a tailgate, headsets, and we have the morning show. We welcome on, some guests, viewers like you, to come on, chop it up, college football talk, and then we kind of go into our game coverage, whatever that looks like, and then the post game. So yeah, I was thinking about that for sure, and I'm sure there's some sponsors out there that have tailgates. I know some people as well that would probably welcome that, and those are some ideas that are definitely coming to the forefront as we continue to grow. I think you're only seeing kind of a very minuscule amount of what you're going to see this year from this YouTube channel. I mean, it is absolute fire, and I can't even imagine where we're going to be in September, because I think March and April will kind of give us an idea from a content perspective, having like practices and player interviews, what you're going to see. And then I think we'll be able to strategically organize our personnel throughout the summertime, and then really load up and just blow it out the water come, SEC media days all the way through the college football season.
That's just awesome, man. It's been a long time coming. Some kind of streaming. I like the idea of it. I'm an old man, so, I never could imagine anything like this. Hell, I've been, clipping articles for, the first 30 years of my life out of newspapers to see what was going on, you know?
Yeah.
So this kind of coverage is unbelievable, man. I really appreciate it. I think the idea of having a presence at game day, what that looks like the ESPN thing or whatever you want to do, maybe walking around and interviewing people in the crowd or whatever it is you do. I think having some kind of presence at game day, is a great idea. And, your post-game stuff, your questions at the press conference, man, I've always looked forward to your questions at the press conference. Last thing I want to say, and then I'll hang up and let you get to the next guy is that I'm really excited to see what we look like in the defensive end this year. I thought, the last few years we've been giving up stuff, deep to people. Tennessee moving around on us at their place and going along. Watching that was painful. And I'm looking forward to seeing how new minds cover the new style of grass basketball that's being played out there, not the 3 yards and cloud of dust that I grew up with,
Mm-hmm. I think what people don't...
Thank you, brother. Roll Tide and have a good day, man.
All right, take it easy. That's our good friend Glenn Kahn from Canada. Good caller. I like talking to Glenn. And Sean, next time I'll ask him how he got to Canada. But I heard Montreal is really nice. It's got the French flair. I like to check it out. I love architecture. I love traveling. That's probably that's where I find, my happiness, to be honest, is like when I'm traveling, seeing different things. I mean, you guys already know that I'm from New Mexico, but I've lived in California, Iowa, DC, Virginia, now living in Tuscaloosa for the last 7 years. But yeah, I love to travel. And the cool thing about it is I can take my show on the road. So I can, still have my morning show. Truth be told, I could do the show from anywhere in the world. I'm here in Tuscaloosa because of my kids, so, yeah. Ted is saying 103,000, Kyle. Heck, you could fill a stadium. And the parking lot with just members. Now add family members to that. We need a bigger stadium for sure. Yeah, I appreciate it. What's up, Willow? I appreciate it. Good to see you this morning. Thank you very much for being here. Justin, what's up, man? Appreciate you, man. Kyle, this could be the beginning of what you're doing in Lockton does, but with all day network coverage for all teams, you and your team at the top. Yeah, thank you, man. We have, large aspirations for what we want to do. And I ask you for patience in terms of how we grow this. Like literally last night, if you guys were in the area or watching the show, you saw me like messing around with like putting different graphics on the screen because there's no like downtime for us. So I don't get a lot of time to like go through different things like on the screen. Hey, that's crazy. You're in Clovis. Can you do me a favor and stop by Allsup's and grab a burrito? Or they actually got the taco box over there. Either way, it's going to be rough on your stomach, but taco box hits. That's in Clovis. Clovis High School, Clovis Wildcats, southeastern New Mexico. Blue collar type town. Hard-working mentality, got a gigantic football stadium. And during the early 90s, they sent out some ballers. They're always playing Texas teams because they're in southeastern New Mexico, which is close to West Texas. But they used to travel to go play Clovis, California, and they had like this rotating game. Allsup's burrito stays with you. Yeah, every Allsup's burrito you have takes, they say, an hour off your life. So, I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm just playing. I love Allsup's. It crushes. Yeah. And the cream soda. My son was born. That's crazy. Yeah. Clovis is the Cannon Air Force Base too. And that's what it is like you have a lot of different families moving into the Cannon Air Force Base. Therefore, their team has a bunch of different players from all over and good football program. Eric Roanhouse was the football coach there in New Mexico for many, many years. I want to say 30, 40 years. And he won over 350 football games. Kind of like a Coach Saban style coach. I think he won 8 state titles with the Clovis Wildcats. Okay, we go back to the phone lines, and we got let's do a 202. Hey, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Hey, Kyle. This is Zach in Norman, Oklahoma again.
Hey, Zach, man, what's up, man? I appreciate it. Sorry, I just saw that Barbie was born in Clovis, New Mexico. That's wild. I was born in Portales, New Mexico, if you know where that is. All right, Zach, calling in. We appreciate you joining us, man. Welcome to the show, and away we go, man.
Hey, yeah, I'll be brief. On the subject of the trolling and the troll smashers, I like it. It's a great idea. There's one in particular. I don't know. He doesn't frequent the show. I'm not seeing him on the show anymore, but he has a show. It's called Unnecessary Roughness. And before I get into this, I'm going to say I don't usually condone. I don't think it's a good idea to feed into negative energy from trolls, anything like that. But this one's particularly bad. Or at least it seemed that way to me. Maybe other people have heard a lot worse, and that could be. But he's got a show called Unnecessary Roughness on YouTube. His last show was 2 days ago. If any Bama fan wants to listen to that, it might be upsetting, but terrible things were said about Alabama. He basically condoned Caden Proctor being tampered with because, we've been on top of the, dynasty or whatever for 20 years or however he put it. And I think what would be a great idea is if we're getting people on the show, have Coach Smook, or I don't know about you, Kyle, because I think you're too diplomatic, and I don't think this guy deserves a diplomatic person. But maybe somebody, if they want to invite him onto the show and debate for things he has said, feel free. Or if at the very least, if anybody wants to listen to what he said and maybe, jump in his comment section and say, hey, if you're going to say this about Bama fans, expect some fallout. Because I looked through his comments, and he's getting no resistance. There's no Bama fans saying, hey, calling him out on it. It's just me and my sister and my fake account and her fake account. So that's really, so basically 4 people and 2 of them are ghosts. So, 2 people and 2 ghosts. So 4 altogether. But, his name's Brandon Walker. He's got a show called Unnecessary Roughness. And the show before that, too, he said terrible things about Alabama fans. He's a fan of, I don't remember the school. It might be Mississippi State, or I'm thinking maybe it's one of the Mississippi schools he's a fan of. So it's understandable that he might be a little butthurt about that. By the way, BH should stand for butthurt. So it's understandable, but I think he should get some resistance for what he has said. I think some Bama fans need to confront him on that. I'm doing it. I'd love to see a few more, maybe people from the show, or maybe you guys offer him an invitation. He'll decline. I think he'll decline, but at least say, hey, look, if you want to debate some of this, come on the show. We'd love to have a debate with you. Yeah. So that's really all I was going to say on behalf of the trolling thing. So.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in this morning. You got like a final point you want to hit on regarding maybe Coach Kalen DeBoer and the recruiting, or anything else kind of among the trending topics of the college football world?
I'll say I think DeBoer's doing great. We obviously getting Ryan Williams was a huge plus. Getting Noah Carter was great. I think we're really, when you look back a week or 2 ago, and I know everybody has said this, but it was like, oh, the sky was falling or whatever. But DeBoer is obviously doing a great job to, get some of these better recruits in, and hopefully we can get some from more talented schools like LSU and Michigan. And I think also another thing that's great about him is his engagement with media more than Saban. Not that I'd blame Saban for that, but, this guy went on the Paul Feinbaum show. Saban never went on the Paul Feinbaum show. Mm-hmm. So I like how he's interacting with the fans more. I like how he's got a Twitter account, things you didn't see with Saban. So he's a little more open and transparent. So, or at least more engaging up that way. Yeah. So I like that. So I think DeBoer's doing great. I give him an A, and hopefully there'll be much better things down the road. So. Yeah,
well, good feedback, and I agree with you. Early on to see Coach Kalen DeBoer being, and not to say that Coach Saban wasn't approachable, I just think that, his schedule was so daunting that, and I'll answer on the other line, Zach. Thanks for calling in, buddy. I think when you look at kind of who he was in his life at that time, my goodness, his time was so organized, like down to the minute. And not to say that Coach KD isn't. I think that, Coach KD is excited about, getting his message out. And I think from a PR standpoint, he has to. And I think Alabama is encouraging him to get the word out about him, because when you follow somebody like Coach Saban, we all knew who Coach Saban was. We all knew, kind of the message, right? And I think it was really good late in his career, like this, like Rick, you're saying, like Coach Saban joining the Pat McAfee show. And that's why, like, YouTube, like where YouTube is going, it's amazing. And then with to see Coach KD recently on Pat McAfee, I mean, that's awesome. And to see him on Feinbaum show, awesome. I know there's a reporter down in Montgomery who just, who interviewed him. So having that access to him, I think has been great. I can't wait to see, the media schedule, how it lays out, and if the media will be able to talk to assistant coaches and other players throughout the year, because under Coach Saban, we only got to talk to Coach Saban unless it was like a bowl organized event. So, Coach Kalen DeBoer is well polished. He's spoken. He's humble. He's genuine. I think he's sending a really good message. And then with these new additions right here on the board, how can you not be excited about it? I mean, he's got something really cooking right here, and I think that I'm all about the message. So good call in, Zach, from Norman. Wild how many people